Game. Alright guys, this video is going to be like a short introduction to the new Tachyon stuff. Now this one is a bit harder to cover properly. I feel like the more popular use for this engine is going to be very few cards actually. I feel like the most popular way people are going to be using the Tachyon engine is going to be with Dragluxion, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and one copy of Tachyon Transmigration. I already showed this in my Blue Eyes video, but basically you're going to go Dragluxion with any 2 level 8 monsters. This is going to search this insane counter trap, and then you can use its second effect to just use it as material to summon the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So you can do this with any rank 8 engine, and of course the first one you're probably thinking of is this one right here. Right, this is probably going to be a pretty popular way to do it. Just using the Horus engine, you can get an Imseti plus a Happy. Well, you can get a Dragluxion, you can search the Tachyon Transmigration, make the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and then this becomes the strongest hand trap basically in the game. What this does is it's a counter trap that doesn't negate one card. No, it negates every single card within an entire chain and shuffles each of those cards back into the deck and or extra deck. There's a lot of scenarios also where you'll probably just be negating one card with this, but it's still just a super strong counter trap omni negate. It's kind of similar, I guess, to Visas Amritara searching, you know, that Manadium reframing trap, you know, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's like the rank 8 version of going Manadium reframing essentially with the Amritara. I think that's going to be by far the most popular way to use these Tachyon cards, but there's other ways to use them too. So I'll show you this Tachyon Transmigration play, even though it's the most basic stuff ever. And then I'll also show you, you know, a deck that uses some of the other cards, although to be completely honest, while these cards are not terrible or anything, I really don't think they're going to be making a massive splash in Master Duel. 7th Tachyon is also coming with this, and this is going to be a pretty solid searcher in a lot of decks. This card is a good searcher for stun. Basically, it searches a monster from your deck that has a level and either a type or attribute that matches any of the number monsters from 101 all the way to 107. So, for example, Giant Hand, you know, is number 106 and it's a level 4 earth, so you could reveal this from your extra deck and search Fossil Dyna. So yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, okay? I'm not a big fan of this 7th Tachyon card because yeah, it locks you into XC summoning, but that doesn't matter if you're playing stun, right? So stun is gonna be playing 3 of this, and you can see maybe stun getting a little bit you know, a little bit more popularity after this card comes out, but I don't think stun will become like top tier or anything, but it's definitely gonna start seeing a bit more play when this comes out. But there's other cool decks that will use 7th Tachyon for sure. It's a pretty generic searcher, a good amount, especially level 4 decks that mostly XC summon can make good use of it. And also it's going to be really crazy in Rizeel or Rizeel or Rizeel. I don't know how to say it. It's going to be really good in that deck, and that might even get the card hit once that archetype comes out, but it's not out yet, so this card's staying at 3 for a while. So yeah, 7th Tachyon, a pretty solid searcher. Despite locking you into XCs, I definitely think it's going to see play. This might be the kind of card where you'll just kind of want to hold on to it if you pull it, even though you're not going to be using it for a while in most decks. It's probably going to be useful later once Rizeel comes out, because I know that's going to be a pretty threatening deck once it drops from what I understand. So yeah, probably want to hold on to your 7th Tachyon if you pull them. We're going to check out some of these other cards here. So we have this new Tachyon Spiral of Destruction spell. It's fine. It's you know, you can use it to pop cards. You can use it to, you know, add a card from a grave to hand, or you can special summon a number monster in your grave, drag a number monster in your grave and defense position. It's a fine card. I don't think this stuff will see much play. 2 cards that we're getting that are not going to probably see that much play, but are actually still quite good. You have Tachyon Cloud Dragon. This card is basically like a, you know, a bargain bin poplar. Like you can search it with your Dragluxion, and then, you know, when it's added to hand, you can special summon it from your hand. It can tribute itself to summon the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal from your deck, and then Primal can search, like, you know, either the Transmigration or the 7th Tachyon. So it's solid, you know, it's good, you know, and then you can use Tachyon Primal plus another level 8 to maybe make potentially another rank 8. Definitely I could see people running a deck that's kind of more more mid-rangey, playing a lot of names for like the Horus engine and playing this stuff and just calling it basically like rank 8 good stuff, I could definitely see that being a thing. So for example, and I'm in no way suggesting this list is good, but this is basically like just my proof of concept. It's like a pile of level 8s, right? Like you're just summoning a bunch of level 8s with this. So one support card I didn't get to mention because it didn't have Tachyon in the name. This is another one that's basically part of the archetype. It's Swords Child Infinity Dragon. And basically, while you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2,000 or more attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, special summon one level 8 lighter dark dragon from your deck. And then you get locked into only special summoning dragon XCs monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. This can definitely be a solid going second option. Going first, I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like this lock is going to hurt you a lot. So personally, in the pile, I wouldn't even run it. But, you know, it's a you know, this is not a real deck. It's just a rank 8 pile. I'm just kind of showing you some options. So for example, here, if we gave it a shuffle and, you know, tested a hand here. So we'll go test a hand, for example. You know, you could just get a bunch of level 8s and you could do a lot with them. So for example, we could go Bestial Lube Lion here, discard, you know, grab a Magnamut, you know, and Magnamut is really, really good in this deck. I'll show you why. You can go for King's Sarcophagus. King's Sarcophagus, activate. We can discard some cards here. I'll discard Imperm, whatever. Send to the grave and Imseti. We'll do a couple of discards here. We'll go discard Imseti. We'll discard again. Discard the Called By. We'll just do a full setup and just summon a bunch of bodies. I more so just want to show you like the value of this engine. I don't really want to like, I'm not trying to like play it perfectly or optimally here. More so just trying to show you why this engine is so crazy. So at this point, you know, you could special summon out the Imseti. Special the Imseti, special out the Kebe, whatever this name, you know. And with these two, you could go into your Dragluxion. So use these two here, make Dragluxion, the Glux 4000. We're gonna go for Glux here, and we're gonna search from our deck basically our bargain bin Poplar Cloud Dragon, and you can go for Cloud Dragon effect, activate, special summon itself from the hand. Then you can go for Cloud Dragon effect, tribute itself to special summon from your deck a Tachyon Primal. Primal can then activate and search either the Transmigration or the 7th Tachyon. Now, in this case, you don't really have to search the 7th Tachyon. You could set it up in such a way that you just have 2 Transmigration on opponent's turn. I'll show you how. So if we go, you know, for the Transmigration here, add it. We could go for the Bestial Magnamut, banish the Cloud Dragon that we just sent to the grave. We get a Magnamut on the field, you know. You could go Magnamut search, and then in end phase, it's going to add a Tachyon Primal. And the thing is, Primal has a quick effect where if you control a Dragon Xyz, well, if a Dragon Xyz is on the field, a quick effect, you can special summon it. So on opponent's turn, well, since you're going to control a Dragon Xyz, you're going to be able to special summon it and search another copy of the Tachyon Transmigration. So here we can go for Dragluxion, you know, detach 2 materials, go ahead and make the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. And there you go. You know, you have your Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. Also, I could have ordered this in such a way that I didn't play into Nibiru. I just want to point that out. As soon as you have this card in hand plus the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, you're safe from Nib, and that takes 4 summons. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So, yeah, here you could attach a Galaxy Monster as material to this card. I wouldn't do that. You really don't need to. And then you can go for your Lube Lion effect in the grave, you know. So, Lube Lion, tribute the Magnamut, get to set up the Lube Lion. There you go. Got 2 level 8s here. You could do basically whatever you want with them. You know, there's not that much that you can do, but since we didn't use the card that locks us, you could either make a Hope Harbinger or maybe a Monster Negate, whatever floats your boat. You know, it's really up to you. Guess we can make like a Photon Lord at this point because we didn't get locked into dragons. We have one random name, which is Happy, which is the best name to have on the field. If we're leaving any of the names on the field, you want it to be Happy, honestly. And yeah, basically when we would go to end phase, the Magnamut would add to our hand the Primal. Oh, whoops. And then Primal can be special summoned on opponent's turn. So on opponent's turn, I would summon this. I'd search a second Transmigration, and that would be 2 counter traps that negate an entire chain, not just one card. They negate every card in the chain and shuffle all those cards back into the deck, extra deck, whatever. And then we'd also have, you know, a monster negate here, and if they remove anything from our field, we get the happy effect and add back 2 cards from grave to hand. So I mean, on its own, does this look crazy? No, I'm not really doing a deck profile here. I'm just kind of showing you the engine in action. But this is not a super realistic showcase, because realistically, what I did at the start, where I made Dragluxion search the Tachyon Transmigration and summon Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, that's more so what you're going to be doing with this engine. I think that's going to be the most popular way to play it. So I guess we'll just do like another mini showcase of just that. So yeah, basically any deck that can make rank 8s pretty easily will probably want to throw this into their combo, or as a way to end their combo, or as just their main rank 8 to do. This is also like for decks that run Horus Engine, for example, it's a really good way to play around Nibiru. I mean, you know, we could go in this case, King Sarcophagus, drop 1, King Sarcophagus, drop 2. Most people only play 2 Horus names, so we'll just keep it realistic with like what people actually run most of the time. So, you know, it's usually Happy Imseti, you know, you special Imseti, you special Imseti, you special Happy from the grave. Again, give me a second here. These animations sometimes they can be a little slow when I'm just yapping. So we got these 2 right, and a lot of people, the way they're going to run this engine in whatever deck that can make rank 8s is just do this, you know, make a Dragluxion, you know, go Dragluxion, search the trap. So search this counter trap, and you can do this in basically any deck, and then you go for this effect, detach 2. And 4th summon, you summon the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. And there you go. I mean, that's 4 summons. You have a counter trap that's really, really powerful. If they activate Nibiru for the rest of your combo, you're safe from it. Or otherwise, you know, later into your combo, if you can make a rank 8, you can just add this extra ceiling to your combo. So I really think this is going to be the most popular way to play the engine. That's kind of why I think it's hard to talk about this, because I just don't think it's going to be played like as a deck, you know, like I don't think you're going to be seeing a lot of Galaxy players suddenly pop up in ladder. I more so think this is going to be something that people just kind of tack on to other decks, but I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, I guess I might just show the new Galaxy deck in a deck showcase or something. But I think this is going to be the shortest of the 3 little, you know, introductions that I'm doing before the set releases. I hope it was still useful. I mean, look, if you wanted to use this engine, just know you can throw it into basically anything that can make rank 8s. I think that's all you need to know. Guys, it's going to be my birthday at the same time that we're getting the new pack. So I am going to be streaming as soon as the pack comes out, which is like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for my time. So, you know, if you're the type to be up on Goblin hours, definitely, you know, drop by and say hi. I hope I get good luck on my polls. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, see ya.